Dear students, so today we will have a small session. In this session, you are going to learn about the legal, privacy, and security issues related to EDA. So, whenever one organization wants to transmit any kind of business documents, or we can say EDA documents, to its business trading partners, so they need to follow some procedures and rules and regulations so to provide privacy and security for their documents or to the data of its business partners. If the organization fails to provide privacy and security, so they need to face legal issues related to EDA. So first, if you discuss about the legal issues of EDA, so first point, for the promotion and development of EDA, it is necessary to have an institutional arrangement for recognition of electronically translated or transacted documents as a valued instrument in the court of law. So this means whenever one organization wants to exchange any business documents or EDA document to its business partners or to trading partners, those types of documents must be a valid documents according to the court of law. And next point, the Information Act 2000 provides legal recognition for transactions carried out by means of electronic data interchange. This means, so who will provide the legal recognition, legal authority to transmit or to exchange the business documents between the organization and its trading partners means the Information Act 2000. It is also called Information Technology Act 2000. Simply we can call ITA 2000. It is provided by the Indian Parliament. So this law deals with cybercrime and electronic commerce. So this deals with offenses which are happened in electronic commerce or any kind of electronic commerce transactions. Suppose if you talk about some offenses under this IT Act 2000, so tampering with a computer source of documents by unknown persons, or hacking the computer systems, using the passwords of others, cheating the computer systems, and publishing private data or confidential data to others, and doing cyber terrorism, and a failure to maintain records properly by the organization of its trading partners' business documents, and also misrepresentation of the data to others. So, if any kind of these offenses done by any organization, any person in the e-commerce or media system, the court will impose imprisonment or they also impose cash penalties for the victims. And next point, that is the third point, if documents are to be transmitted via EDI, the companies must establish procedure to verify that messages are authentic and that they comply with the agreed upon protocol. So this means, so whenever any document, business document is going to transmitting via EDI system from one company to another company, the sending company must establish or make a frame of a proper procedures to verify that their business documents are what authentic, and also those documents must compatible with the business partners agreed protocols. So this is about legal issues of EDA. And next, if you talk about privacy and security issues of EDA. For the EDA to be widely accepted in commercial trading, users must be assured that the electronic system provides them with the equivalent protection against misinterpretation and fraudulent activities. This means whenever two business organizations are using the EDA system to exchange the business documents or to do the business or to exchange any kind of data, That electronic system must give assurance that it is going to provide protection against some online fraudulent activities or any kind of misinterpretation or any kind of misuse, any kind of hacking, so which is going to happen in a public infrastructure called internet. And next one, the following are the privacy and security issues related to EDA. So what are the privacy issues and the security issues which we can talk about related to EDA means the first one is a password guessing attacks, and next multiple standards, third one authentication, and fourth one non-repudiation, and the fifth one disclosure of information. So if you see first one, that is one type of privacy or security issues which can be happened in EDA system. That is a password guessing attacks. So most of the present systems rely on passwords to gain access, but if the passwords are easy to guess, and this makes the system vulnerable to password guessing attacks. So nowadays, most of the computer systems are mobile devices, any kind of devices which are using to transmit or exchange the data from one system to another system or one device to another device. And so they are using what user IDs or passwords. So if they are not maintaining passwords strong, if the passwords are easy to guess, so then there is chance of system vulnerability or system attacks by unknown users, unauthorized others, or that system can get hacked by any other persons or hacked by the virus programs. So that's why always, so whoever using the computer systems or mobile device or any kind of device to transmit or to exchange the information from one computer to another computer or one device to another device, they must have a strong password in order to protect from online password guessing attacks. And next, the second type of privacy and security issues we need to talk about multiple standards. So trading partners are usually work on variety of standards such as EDFACT, ANSI X12, and ODT, etc. Problems arise when two trading partners adhere to different standards. The security features offered in a particular standard may not be compatible to other standards. So this means, so in order to transmit any kind of business document from one trading partner to another trading partner, they need to use some EDA standards called EDFACT, ANSI X12, and ODT, and some other kind of EDA standards. And what is the use of these EDA standards means? These EDA standards will provide the standards for business documents which are generated in as unstructured format. So this EDA translator software will take care about converting unstructured format business documents into structured format business documents with the help of these type of EDA standards. Suppose if one person selling company wants to exchange their document or any data from their system to the other trading partner systems, so they need to use what are the common standard between the business partners. Suppose if one organization using ED factor to convert their documents into EDA standard documents, and the other end the receiver company is using ANSI X12 standard for converting their data into EDA standard documents. If two different business partners are using two different EDA standards, so then those two systems are not compatible and they cannot transmit or exchange the business documents in a successful manner. So they will get what some problems to exchange the data between. Why? Because those two standards are not compatible to each other. Right, well, so the security features offered in a particular standard may not be compatible to the other standards also. If one standard using what some kind of security users and another EDA standard using other type of security standards, if both the security standards are not compatible, so they can't provide security properly for their business documents which are going to exchange between the organizations. And next, we talk about authentication. So authentication means what? Making confirmation or giving assurance that uh, they are getting the business documents from the right sender, and the documents are receiving by the right receiver. So it means what? Making sender and receiver as a authenticated persons by checking their credentials. So with this authentication process, we can check one's identity. So a necessary foundation for securing a network is the ability to reliably authenticate communication partners and the other network entities. Authentication is the most important of the security services because all other security services depend upon it. So this means, so whatever the business partners are communicating each other to exchange their business documents, and whatever the communication devices they are using, and whatever the network devices they are using to exchange the documents, all those communication partners and network devices must be authenticated in both the sides. That means what? The authentication process will checks the communication partner identity and also the network device identity. That means what? Whether the business documents are really sending from the valid sender, and the business documents are receiving by the valid receiver or not. So this checking the identity of business partners as well as their networking devices is comes under authentication. And next, fourth, privacy and security issues we need to think about. So non-repudiation. So repudiation means what? Accepting. Non-repudiation means what? Denying. Suppose uh, in EDI, non-repudiation services provide a communication user with protection against another user who later denies that some communication exchange took place. While these services do not prevent a user from repudiating another user claim that something occurred, they provide evidence to resolve any such disagreement. So this means, so whenever one sender sent any data or any document to the receiver, so the receiver should not deny so that which the document or the data he has been received. In the similar way, so whenever one receiver received any data from the sender should not deny that he is not sent any data. That means whatever, once the business documents or data exchanged between two partners, the two partners called sending partner and receiving partner should not deny or reject any kind of exchange between them. So how we can protect from that that denying means what? With the help of a digital certificate. That means what? Before sending any business document, the document must be get authenticated and verified and signed electronically by the digital certificate. That is also called what? Uh, Digital certificate providing with the help of what? A digital signature. And the digital signature and digital certificate is what? It is the process of what? Validating business documents or validating any kind of data. It will validate what? Electronic documents which are going to be transmitted. So with the help of this digital signature, so they can resolve, they can protect from these type of repudiation issue. And next, if you talk about fifth privacy and security issue of EDI, so disclosure of information. So disclosure information is for disclosing the private information or disclosing confidential information. So this means that the computers of a trading partner can initiate transactions inside another partner's accounting systems, which are processed in totally automatic environment. EDA requires that the system continuously open to receive incoming transaction. This means whenever one business partner or trading partner are going to transmit any data or performing any kind of transaction, so that a receiver partner or receiver trading partner systems must be opened always to accept these kind of business documents or data or to accept any kind of transaction. If the systems are not opened, means what? Whatever the transaction is performed, that will be unsuccessful. Right? That the transaction will get failed. So that's why due to overcome these type of issues, always the partners accounting system or a partners EDA system must be opened continuously to receive any type of incoming transactions. And also, so these systems which they are maintaining should not disclose a private information to other systems. Right? So the information must be disclosed to the intended receivers, to intended business partners only. Okay. So like this, we need to discuss, we need to think about all these legal privacy and security issues related to EDI. Right? So in order to run or in order to implement the EDI system successfully. And also, if you are based upon all the above points, we can say so every person will have a right to keep his personal information away from the other people, and a person also has a right to see his data and has to submit an application to view that data anytime. And also a person has a right to stop the processing of his information by the organization if that person is not satisfied with that organization services, so they can stop their processing of personal information. And also a person has a right to claim compensation from the organization for any kind of disclosure of data disallowed by the law. So if any disclosing of data is disallowed or invalidated by the court of law, so that person can have a right to claim the compensation from the organization, right? So which organization disclose the data unauthorizedly. And no employee of the organization is allowed to disclose or use the data kept by its organization. Suppose if any employee disclosed or used that data kept by its organization without any authority, so then he is committing a crime and he is punishable. So, and according to the Court of Law, according to the Information Act 2000, so he is punishable with imprisonment and the cash penalty. Right? So, by considering all these legal privacy and the security issues of EDA, every organization has to maintain proper procedures and guidelines, rules and regulations and policies and the customer rights and organization rights. Everything must be in a appropriate manner to avoid or to overcome from these kind of issues while implementing the EDA system in their business to exchange any data or to exchange any business documents in between the organization and its trading partners without getting any issues. Right? So that's about today's topic called legal, privacy, and security issues of EDA. So thanks a lot.